Ready, guys? Look. Woo! The way you make me feel. Alright, guys, what's going on, man? Monday morning, on my way to work, man. You want to have energy in the morning, apart from just music. I already told you guys music is the key. You gotta take those cold showers, man. By the way, yes, I still take my cold showers every fucking morning, man. I wake up all like, fuck, man, I don't want to go to work. I gotta go to both jobs and school. As soon as I put that cold water on, oh my goodness, man. T levels through the roof. My energy is through the roof. Man, I feel like I'm ready to just take on freezer or some shit. But anyway, guys, big shout out to one of my Team 3D veterans, man. One of my loyal subscribers from day one. I'm not gonna mention his own name, but his first name was Pedro. And I want to give him a big congratulations and a big fucking shout out because he sent me a message the other day. Normally I get a lot of these messages. I usually save them because I want to show it to you guys one day when I show you all the success stories. I love hearing success stories, right? Whether it has to do with bodybuilding or not, I just love hearing success stories. It motivates me and inspires me to keep doing what I do. And once again, that's the reason why I'm doing this, man. Dominant spin direction. I want to make people great. It's not just me. If I'm the only great person, if I reach the top of the mountain and I'm alone, first of all, it's going to be lonely as fuck, right? Second, I'm not going to get any sense of fulfillment because it's easy to make yourself, you know, go from level 3 to level 4. You want to be a great leader, you want to be a great person, make somebody else go from level 3 to level 4, level 10, right? That's what gives me everlasting joy. You know, when I succeed at something, I get happy. When I have somebody else succeed at something else, I become even happier. That's why every time I meet my friends, my goal is to make them transform and transcend. And you see the people I hang out with, guys. The moment I meet them and you come back a year later, they look completely different. That's just I love it. That's my calling, I feel. But anyway, so I get a lot of these stories. I don't normally make videos of them because it's so many of them. I just keep them. But this one I gotta make a story on. Pedro, first of all, this motherfucker is badass. He speaks 3 languages, right? Portuguese, French, and English. And he recently graduated with honors. And what really touched me is the message. When he sent me the message, he showed me a paper, a picture of the newspaper that showed the ascendance of my Team 3D brother. But and I saw it's funny. I barely even know the guy, but when I saw his name mentioned there, they were like, "Oh, we want to give a big, congratulations to Pedro. So he did this, he did that, graduated with honors, and this. I felt such joy, man. I was like, yo, I felt like I know the nigga, And I was like, that's what's up, man. That's what life is about. Dominate, man. Dominate, man. That's the same feeling I had when I came to America at 12 years old and I didn't speak English and I was a complete loser and I had no friends and no girls, and I was like, man, I'm gonna become a fucking beast, man. And a few years later, I'm dominating my high school. I learned English in 3 months. I'm getting all these degrees. I'm getting skipped a grade. I'm being put in classes where I'm like the youngest guy, and I finally started getting laid and getting girls and getting popular and all these things. I love conquest. I love beginning at like the lowest level and then ending the journey higher than where than how I began. I love that. That's what drives me. So when I saw Pedro do that, I was like, man. And he sent me a message. He goes, I really want to thank you, Megan, because I started watching your videos 2 years ago, and I was at a time of my life where I wasn't really motivated and driven and all that stuff, and I kept the I didn't memorize the whole message, but he said he kept the whole Team 3D mentality going, and eventually, he wanted to thank to thank me for that. I'm like, dude, I want to tell him, don't thank me, man. I'm just, the way I see it, anyone who loves this channel is because they've suffered in the past, right? My channel is mainly for people who have suffered a lot in the past, who are isolated from society, who are alone, who are outcasts, who are rejected, whatever, who suffered breakups, hardships, whatever you want to call it, and almost gave up on life, right? And my calling is to them because I want to tell them, listen, man, a broken man is a combustible man. That motherfucker can light on fire any day. I just set the spark, man. That's all I do. I just come. I'm like, dude, you have no idea how much gasoline is inside of you. All that pain, all that frustration, that's fuel, bitch. And I come in, I speak, and then I take the spark. I go, psh, light fire, bitch, and I leave, man. I turn around, drop the mic, and they become monsters, So I didn't really do anything, right? I just let this, I just let the spark, the flame was right inside of you. You the one that suffered all that bullshit, right? You the one that was that was sitting on top of all that pain, So when I speak to you guys, I just want you to use that pain for greatness. I just want you to use that for fuel, Like I always say, transcendence, right? Becoming a greater you. Transcendence is the best form of of retribution. It's the best way to get back at all those who wronged you and hurt you. It's not, you don't get back at them by assaulting them or by hurting them. No, you get back at the people who wronged you by becoming a fucking beast, man. You go in your hyperbolic time chamber and you train your ass off, whether it's for bodybuilding, whether it's for school, academics, I don't care what the fuck it is, but you become something beautiful, something great. And I'm so happy when I send that message, right? But what I want to tell you guys, do not give me the credit for it. Trust me, man. I don't give you greatness. I'm still on the journey myself. I just remind you of what's already inside of you, and I tell you, hey, let that shit come out, man. Like I say, you don't take a seed and give it the ability to become a tree. It already has that shit inside of it. It's a tiny fucking seed, but the ability to become a tree is already inside the seed. You put it in the right environment, boom, it begins to unleash greatness, right? The lizard becomes the dragon. So a big shout out to Pedro, guys. Comment below if you really love stories like this. I want you to comment below, and I want you to give Pedro a big shout out, a big Team 3D Alpha shout out, a big congratulations. And that's just the first of many stories, right? If I didn't mention your stories yet, I'm probably gonna mention them in a different series. But I want these stories to keep inspiring people, keep becoming a better version of yourself. I mean, he graduated. I mean, he was in the newspaper, guys, like honors and all that stuff, man. And that's just the beginning. He even told me, he goes, that's just the beginning. I love that. Anyway, I gotta go to work. I'm late, bitch. Team 3D Alpha.
Yo, come on, son. Anyway, so I was like, yo, Hansa, let's make a video and show them how we came up with these insiders. And we spent like the last 10 minutes laughing. The first one is you have to chill.